It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun.
Hello there. Good afternoon to you. Good evening. Good morning. Top of the moment to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Maiyegun live. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite everyone that needs to be here because the Emir, the Sultan of Sokoto just came out to ask us, how do you think they will survive if you break away from Nigeria? You, the Biafrans, you, the Oduduwans. It's a big question, but I don't think we are the one to answer that question, but we'll give them a bit of an idea how they will survive when Nigeria break up. Share the broadcast.
Maiyegun diary Politico. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun diary. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣe o kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
I'm sharing the broadcast. I think you should do the same. I'm sharing the broadcast. So you should do the same. Just before we settle down tonight.
Ani esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ani esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ani esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ani esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Ani esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Ani esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ìrẹsì ló bá rú sí o. Ani esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Gómìnà gbówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Ani esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Ani esunraki.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Another part of, I've got quite some beats, some, sound bites tonight. They are interesting topics. So I'm going to do my best just to, bring life into them for them to make more sense to you, for you to connect every dot, just say, cross the T's, dot the whatever. That's what I'm going to do in order to come to the conclusion that we've always come to, which is Nigeria is not for you. Nigeria is not for me. Nigeria is not for any of us. Let us go back to where we belong. Let us leave Nigeria for them and go back to our different countries. To start with, Nigeria is not for any one of us. If you are paying attention to start with, Professor Wole Soyinka said only a madman will think that Nigeria will still work. Professor Wole Soyinka. Nigeria won't work because of the injustice, the inequality, the impunity, as well as the ethnic tailored championed policies that continued to undermine the real independence of every nation that is part of Nigeria of today. Ethnic supremacy, religious supremacy, or religious extremism, things that are completely alien to so many of us from that part of Nigeria that are now being forced on us. The idea that are so archaic, so old, so barbaric, that they are forcing on us. And they said, we should just consider that God brought us together to become one country. And I asked, to become which country? The slaughter center or the slaughter lab? For who? For the jihadist terrorists? No. You can't tell me it is non-negotiable to be part of a country where I can be killed anytime simply because I run into cows or I run into the cow owners. And you can't tell me that is non-negotiable. But there are things that make them feel like Nigeria is non-negotiable and nobody can do anything. 3 things. They hold the power. They hold the defense. And they control your CBN, which is your money to start with, yeah? But controlling money is not totally theirs. You can't control what you don't own, except if you are one of those with that selfish, greedy, Fulani parasitic blood like that of Bokwari, because even that blood is against those who share the same blood with him, those who have become the victim of his existence too. Bokwari, they love the power, but they have no resources. They have no real power, which is the money to fund and enjoy the influence and control of that power. And when they said, let us restructure, and they said it was against the North. When we said true federalism, they said it was against the North. So what we later realized is that the only thing that is really, really their interest in Nigeria is no other thing than what the South has to offer, what the entire Southern Nigeria has been offering to shoulder and subsidize them for riches. Our money, our people, our intellect, our land, our resources, everything that makes us who we are, that can turn to money, it is what is holding Nigeria, source of money that these guys will kill to claim power for. And you see that moment when the Lagos state government said, we are going to stop giving our VAT. And Rivers State said they are also going to stop giving their own VAT. So many other states have also joined, including Benue. Benue said, even if this is going to affect us, we're supposed to be a rich state. Fulani terrorists took over Benue states. Destroyed people's farms, killed as many as they could kill, and 1.5 million are now living in refugee camps in Benue state alone. That automatically made them a poor state anyway. But he said, if this is part of what will bring sanity, make everybody go making home money, we will no longer give you the money the way you get them anymore. And there are still many things to come. If they won't sit down to have a conversation on how to restructure Nigeria in a way that will go along with the different nationalities on how they want to be governed, or if they still want to be part of Nigeria or not. If they won't do that, there are so many other ways to kill a cat. There are many other ways, okay? So if a fish is going to, if a fish is about to be destroyed, they said everything starts from the head. And it seems that the head, the soul of Nigeria, the southern Nigeria, they are coming to that time. And these guys are not going to give up without a fight, because let me tell you something. The moment the southern Nigeria begin to take over their own resources gradually, and the money that goes to the center continues to dwindle, and they have less and less and less, that center will no longer be attractive anymore once they have no money to share and influence to share anymore, okay? And when that thing gets to that stage, most of them will be much secluded into their northern Nigeria, because usually, if not because of Abuja, and if it's not because of the money that comes from the southern Nigeria that goes into that cover in Abuja that they meet all the time to share, you will never see many of them anywhere near the southern people. Nothing. I was seeing some pictures earlier, seeing some delegate of, a bunch of these political jobbers visiting the new Money Queen in London, Tifnumbu. They will never get anywhere closer. So by the time there is no money that goes into the Abuja to share anymore, right? Most of them will remain in their Kano. They will remain in their Zamfara. They will find elsewhere to go. They won't come down to Lagos, because the only way they will come to Lagos is if there's money to share that they can take back. Now that is one step, two steps closer to breaking up of Nigeria. And you know, one thing is this: no matter how much they claim that what we do is just simply making noise on social media, you and I can say that confidently today, if you go online, everyone that matters, everyone that think it matters in Nigeria in the past 1 year has been talking more about the possibility of the breakup of Nigeria, and they have continued to preach and beg and beg. And that's why we call them unity beggars. Let us be united. Let us forget our differences. Let us forget the injustices. Blah, 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 blah. Let's stay together. All manner of nonsense, and including some using religion, using God. But there's one thing we achieved. They now know that indeed there is 100% certainty that Nigeria is going to break up. The big question is when and how. And that is something we have to wait to see. The Sultan of Sokoto came out today. It was the same man who came out just a few days ago. And he said that they have not been reporting what they have been facing in the hands of terrorists because they did not want to give too much media coverage to them. Think about that. The children of that emir or members of his family are possibly never one of those killed and slaughtered by the ISWAP, Ansaru Islam terrorist group in Sokoto. They are those who are based in Sokoto, an affiliate of ISWAP, Islamic State of West African Province, ISWAP. And that is also the affiliate that pledged their allegiance to ISIS in Iraq and in Syria. So they are based in Sokoto. The Sultan said they buried over 90 people just in a single day, killed by terrorists, right? But the Sultan will never say Buhari should be arrested. Normally, if Nigeria is a country, by now, all arrangements must have been concluded to arrest Buhari, arrest let me give you the names of those that should have been arrested by now. If Nigeria was a country, they should not just have been arrested, they should have been convicted into life imprisonment without any parole for what they have committed, the crime against humanity they have committed. They watched Nigerians being slaughtered like animals, like every day. And they came out to say, well, it's just a business. People are just exaggerating it and the rest of that, right? If Nigeria was a country that is working, Muhammadu Buhari would be in jail by now, waiting to be probably shot at, sentenced to death. Okay. Ikene Shatabandu, fake Pastor Ruga, he will probably be waiting for his own death sentence too, or they have sentenced him to death by now. Because you can't be vice president, you can't be president, you can't be vice president of a country, and then you watched thousands of them are slaughtered like they are nothing, right? And you actually then came about to what? To start pardoning the same terrorists that are killing and kidnapping people, while those they killed, even their bones and their bodies are even yet to actually turn to anything in their graves, and you already started forgiving their killers. Their parents, those who died as kids, their parents are in IDP camp. Those who lost their children, they are also there in the IDP camp, abandoned, forgotten, suffering, like they are just so unfortunate to be called Nigerians. Then you turn around and you are paying terrorists. You are paying them. You call that rehabilitating terrorists that are still killing and killing and killing every day. So these two guys should be facing death sentences, by the way, or they should have been convicted by now if Nigeria was working. And you see this other one, this rubber stamp, what's his name again? Lawal, or is it Lawan? Ahmed Lawan. This one is from Niger, okay, right? This is how improved Nigeria is. If you want to see if Nigeria is working, when you see these guys, you can tell from where they are coming from. Like Buhari too, okay, is the guy who is sitting over the National Assembly in Nigeria that continue to give Buhari clean earth bill, you know what I mean? Clean earth bill for security. They continue to shield him. By now, he shouldn't be president of any country anywhere. He should be a prisoner that is waiting to be hung because of what? Because of his atrocity. But Nigeria is not a country. The Sultan that helped bury 95 people killed by terrorists, that Sultan is there, and he never actually showed us his rage, his anger, his disappointment, or probably his own displeasure publicly to why Buhari will release terrorists where they continue to kill them in Sokoto. But the moment they realize that people are asking to leave Nigeria, they don't want to be part of this. We don't want to be part of this. We shouldn't be part of this. You get what I mean now? And they said, no, don't do that. How do you think we are going to survive if Nigeria break up? So let's offer them some advice. Okay. It was on these streets, Zukavai streets, and all these social media streets that we saw some nincompoos, some simpletons that put themselves together, and they call themselves the Northern Youth blah, 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 blah forum. These guys came on this platform to put a bounty on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They asked that he should be kidnapped, arrested, or anything, and whoever can give them information that will lead to that will be paid 100 million naira. You remember? That was the first time we saw them. Then afterward, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya. Extraordinary rendition, something that will see Malamu end up to live the rest of his life in jail. It's a matter of time. Something that will see Buhari live the rest of his life in jail. And every one of them that participated both in Nigeria and in Kenya will see themselves rot in jail. But it is for now, they are being protected by the rotten system that actually made that happen, to kidnap a free citizen without following any legal what do you call it, process at all. Okay. Now these guys told us that they are not done. They are not just they are not just looking to pay bounty on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They also had a message for the rest of the southern Nigeria that if you don't behave yourself, remember that they have 150 million people that will always vote for them, and they can elect anybody they want to be in any position they want. That if you guys don't behave yourself, if you don't behave yourself with all this, your Biafra and the Yoruba nation, you will never, ever, ever taste power again in Nigeria. That was what they told us. I said, okay, fine. Why don't you just keep the power? Why not just keep it? Keep the president, keep everything forever, keep the name. But don't come down to the southern Nigeria to take a penny, because you would not be allowed. At some point, you won't be allowed. If you can survive on your 150 million people, maybe with 150 million cows, maybe 300 million cows, and since it is your way of life to roam your cows everywhere, of course, you can do that in your own Nigeristan. That's what we are talking about. Now, you can't brag to us. The point here is that you can't brag to us how powerful you are when it comes to electing criminals, fanatics, thieves. How powerful you are. And then when it comes to how you are going to pay the salaries of those you want to put in that power, how you are going to buy private jet for them, how you'll be able to at least make a retired them a guard, be the person in control of 11 presidential fleets, presidential jets, from, what do you call it, from Futa Jalon or Futa Sorrow, or Futa Sadness, or whatever it is called, right? Into a palace with 11 private presidential jets. If you have that power, then you should be able to fund that life. The life that can put your president on a retainer. That means that can put British doctors on on a retainer. Millions and millions, hundreds of millions of your naira converted to hundreds of millions of, hundreds of thousands of pounds sterling, to fly him over to get his battery changed every now and then, or to keep his family safe away from the hellhole, Nigeria, where your first lady is now living in Dubai. Their children are now living in Dubai. They are now just shuttling between Dubai and London because they are British. I don't even know if how many of you know that Buhari's children are British. How many of you know that? Not many of you. Okay? Buhari's children are British, by the way. Just like Saraki and his wife and their children, as well as Bikunle Amosun, his wife and their children, and many, many of them. Nigeria is just a business center. They inherited from the colonial masters. The colonial masters is like when you have this apprenticeship or something like that. No, not even that. Not apprenticeship. I think when you have this boss servant kind of relationship, colonial masters, the British, when they were done at that time, taking what everything they could take from Nigeria, they then handed it over to those who are supposed to be the Nigerians. Okay? And then they just continue the culture of exploitation. So many of them chose to be British. Those who are not British are Americans. Those who are not Americans are Dominicans. But they are now you will know why Nigeria is a lie. So, but if you want to live like that, if you want to have your governors driving expensive automobiles, bulletproof, vehicles, if you want all these your billionaires without any meaningful invention or any creation or any businesses to really point to and say this is what they are doing to make them billionaires. If you want to have all of that, Sultan, you can have all of that as long as no penny from southern Nigeria is mixed to that. Because you see, you remember when they said they were doing a food blockade? I'm trying to point out this influence that the northern Nigeria love to talk about, and also to let you know that they are just empty balderdash, rubbish that they continue to tell themselves over the years, and they have started what do you call it? They started believing it themselves. Not just started, they believed the rubbish they have been telling themselves. Why and how they are powerful, and how this, they are this or that, and Nigeria, they will do whatever they want. It's just a matter of time. Remember, I said it. This is not about if Nigeria is going to break up or not. Look at me very well. Look at you see my eyes very well. I don't know what you are saying. I don't know if I look serious. Let me change it. See, look at me very well. Nigeria is going to break up. The question you should be asking should be when and how. But you see that how, that one is already taking shape already. People are already having an idea about if this Nigeria go break, it go feel break to a like 6 country. This Nigeria go break. No, it go break to like a 30 country. Some said it go break to like 100. It no matter. But how? We're not going to get the idea small. But the big question is when. So let's point at all their power, something that they talk about all the time. Something that makes them feel like they are so powerful. Even so many people from the southern Nigeria will tell you about forget it. Maiyegun, let me tell you something. Nigeria no feel break. The whole thing is just like I say, Baba, calm down. Okay, just calm down. Don't stress yourself. Nigeria may not break until after you die, or until after I die. I can die tomorrow. You can die tomorrow. We can die before the end of the year. We can die next 10 years. We can die 20. It doesn't really matter. That's how we said the question is when. I don't have the answer. But if you think, because I don't have the direct answer date for you, it's your own way of reassuring yourself that Maiyegun, forget it, if you break up, then I will advise you to begin to save money for medical emergency. It's a two-way thing. You may get heart attack. The fact that either Nigeria will break into different countries, or Biafra will break out of Nigeria, or Yoruba nation will break out of Nigeria. You may die of heartbreak because you don't believe it will ever happen. Secondly, you may also die of overjoy, like, I can't believe this. Nigeria is breaking up. Oh my God, I'm so. Baba, what's happening? You can die. Yeah, people die from being overjoyed. Do you know that? Nobody only say shock, heart attack. You see, shock is in two ways. You may get happiness shock, and it will hold you too much. And I say, hey, which level will be this now? They tell you say something, you just celebrate, die. Which level now? It's an heart attack. Joy, death. We have that. It's on record. The shock of, oh my God, I never believe in 1 million years of my life that Nigeria will ever break up. And where you are trying to manage it, to understand it, heart attack will come. So I'm advising you, If you are one of those who believe that Nigeria will never break, forget it. Maiyegun, forget. We don't know how long you and I will live. Maybe for tomorrow, maybe for next week, maybe for next year, next 10 years, next 20, next 50 years. It doesn't really matter. But the longer you live, Baba, save money. Because the question is not about if Nigeria will break. The question is when. And it is closer than you can imagine. So I was talking about their strength that they were talking about. Some of them told us that they were the ones who were feeding the southern Nigeria when there was no oil. That is not true. When there was no, well, let's start it this way. Oil was not discovered in Nigeria or any part of Nigeria until 1957 at Oloibiri in what is today's Bayelsa State. Until 1957. Yoruba land got self-determination first before Nigeria got, any part of Nigeria got independence. Yoruba land became got self-governance in 1957, 3 years before Nigeria or the rest of Nigeria agreed to finally go for independence. We were running a system that made us one of those future promising greatest countries if the arrangement of regionalism that we went into was sustained. It is also on record that Western Nigeria, under the leadership of Obafemi Awolowo, was so rich that they were able to lend money to the central government led by Tafawa Balewa. It is also on record in history that at some point, when they began selling the idea of one Nigeria, Awolowo took Yoruba money from Yoruba land, and he went into the market to buy so many clothes, food, that Awolowo started sharing them in northern Nigeria because he was shocked that years after independence, northern Nigeria was what it was then. No joke, this is history. Nigeria did not start, there was no reason for any part of Nigeria to collect money from any part of Nigeria except if you are borrowing the money. And it was only the Western region on record that lent money to the central government of Nigeria when they ran shots. We were so good. Oh, we were meant to be great. We were meant to be great as a people. So they said they were the ones who built the refineries. No, they did not. Where would they get the money from? From what? From Granite Pyramid? Abi from cows or what? The moment Nigeria discovered oil, that oil was meant to be Biafra oil, because back in the days when Nigeria went into independence or wanted to go for independence, what they had was northern region, western region, eastern region. I don't want to go into all of that because that's not the point I'm trying to make here. But they told themselves that they built southern Nigeria. Therefore, that gave them the right to the oil. That is a lie. that they told repeatedly, until it became truth to them. The question is, where did they get the money to build or develop the oil? No, it was the Oyinbo who gave you country that found the oil, and they never explored the oil until the early 70s. That was the first time they did it in commercial quantity. In fact, during the war, it was the oil that Nigeria gave free license to their ally countries in order to give them weapons to fight the Biafrans. They said, go there, they take the oil. If that's all you need, go there, we'll give you soldiers. And the moment they realized that the Biafrans are also having access to the oil as well, that then became, it was meant to be Biafran versus Nigeria. That was what made it oil war. Biafran war that happened, the genocide committed to satisfy these genocidist people who staged the revenge in 1966. All they wanted was power. All Oyinbo wanted was oil. Biafrans have the oil. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Why, I'm just saying this is personal now, okay? Personal opinion. I don't know what happened that Ojukwu couldn't give them that same deal. Like, go to them and say, you know what? The oil is in Biafra land. We give you the free access to it. Just break us away from Nigeria. No intervene at all. Leave us and Nigeria. Maybe the story would have been different today. I'm just saying that now because history said otherwise. But it was the oil. So where did they get them the money from to say they built the oil? No. The Oyinbos that wanted the oil built the place and they were exploiting it and giving Nigeria a weapon, blanking out all the killings from the Western media. People who know about the genocide going on in Nigeria, in Biafra. It was almost so late. By the time the rest of the world heard what was going on in Nigeria, in Biafra, they have killed a lot. It was late. So telling their children that they own the oil, therefore the oil belonged to them, is a total and complete misplacement of history that even so many people in southern Nigeria probably didn't even have the answer to. They just keep quiet. Now, let's tell them that now that a barrel of oil is just about $60, how much is $60? How much is $60? Now, someone should help me do the math. I'm so terrible in mathematics, by the way, and I know I'm not alone, like many of us here. We know the no maths. $60 a barrel. Okay. A cow, you buy a cow, a small cow, maybe say, maybe if you buy a small cow, you may get that for somewhere around the 250,000 naira. Okay. So somebody said it's 30,000 naira. You see, a barrel of crude oil, that barrel, now 30,000 naira, they sell them. A cow is 200,000 naira. Let's put them averagely. You can see a cow of 400,000 naira. Okay, somebody said it's 33,000 naira. We are still in between. So you say approximately, whatever that means. So if you put a cow and a barrel of oil, the cow is more valuable than it now in cash. Northern Nigeria, if there is any better time to begin to make better money, independent money that they will never share with anybody in Nigeria. Now. Because a cow is, somebody said, Maiyegun, economically, that doesn't make any sense. I said, I know. I'm talking to the Buhari idiots now. those who believed that southern Nigeria is the estate of their forefather, Uthman Dan Fodio, and who are so comfortable with Nigeria led by Boko Haram and the type of Buharinomic that they are running today. Bros, a cow has more value than a barrel of oil. And logistically, by the way, I mean, logically, I say logically, I think it makes sense. I was told that in Lagos State alone, people eat up to 10,000 cows a day. So if you multiply 400,000 by 10,000, that should be how much? 400 million or 4 billion, whatever, a day. So it's going to be a win-win situation. When the South says, we are not giving you our money anymore. We want to break it. We want to go on our own. The question of how do we survive should never even arise at all. Sultan of Sokoto, normally, you can go back onto the farm. Well, how would you go back to the farm? The same farm that Boko Haram beheaded 100 farmers. Do you remember that, guys? Do you remember the news? When Boko Haram cut off the head of 100 farmers in Borno, they said they were giving information to the military, so they cut off their heads and they put their head. They now lay all of them out there as if to say, nah, Sunday assembly or Monday morning assembly. So they can't go back to farm. Many of those farmers have been killed. Many of them have run away. Many of them they would never go back there. $150 million people in northern Nigeria, which doesn't even exist anyway. But this 150 million that can elect anybody, can you please put them to work? Sultan. Because if you know Sultan now, Somalia will be like Saudi Arabia for so many people in that northern Nigeria by the time the rest of the whole country breaks away from you, because it's going to happen. It will happen. Let me tell you why it seems to be so tightened. So it's because those who staged the revenge coup of 1966, Theophilus Danjuma, Mohamed Muritala, Muhammadu Buhari, Ibrahim Babangida, something Dongoyaro, Sonny Abacha, who else again? I think Shehu Yaradua was one of them too. I can't remember fully. Many of them have done their part to keep Nigeria as they envisioned it. The last of them, the only person that is left, is Buhari. And he's going to be the last. So whether now or later, the idea of, can we just stop giving them our VAT that is coming from the generation of leaders in southern Nigeria today, even though they are product of the same rigged system. But you see, the generation of those who are coming out now, southerners, who are now thinking along that line, thinking so different when they know the damages that move will do. They are the pointers, they are the facts that you should pay attention to, that sooner than later, Nigeria is going to break up. fiscal federalism, true federalism. All these are like BB grammar. Oh, Obasanjo didn't participate. Obasanjo is just a lucky boy. And the reason why Obasanjo is a lucky boy is because of his closeness to that Shehu Yaradua. So when they put the whole RNG together and Gowon became president, it was Muritala. Muritala thought he was going to be the one to be nominated after the war. Oh, well, before the war, rather. So after they killed all those, they staged their revenge coup of July 1966. Muritala thought he was going to be appointed the head of state, but Gowon was chosen. And since then, he's been counting days. So when Biafra war started, the genocide and the rest of that, he was already within the caucus. He was already being seen as somebody that will take over or may even plan a coup. It's a story for another day, by the way. So Obasanjo just managed, lucky guy. He was just so lucky to belong to that caucus. So when they choose, when Muritala staged his coup, Obasanjo was just like today's Oshibajo. You see this Obasanjo that is elder statesman now. Obasanjo that is everywhere. Obasanjo was like Oshibajo then. It was a boy to Muritala. It was a boy to the rest of them. People know that there's something happened. You know, boom. Muritala died. That was Obasanjo there. In the face of the limelight. He's the leader of the country now. He didn't plan a coup. He didn't conspire. He didn't do anything. He didn't have any base. He had no support. He had no nothing. Wow. So as a Yoruba man, he just used the moment to be the politician in khaki. Obasanjo, this, Obasanjo. We're going to return power to democracy. And that's what the Western world wanted to hear. There's not going to be dictatorship in Nigeria. Democracy. So it became a darling. So they started the process. Meanwhile, it was just a puppet. It was just like a puppet. The puppeteers are the back, pulling the string. Like that. So, but Obasanjo was enjoying the limelight and they were rewarding him too. It was handsomely rewarded while he held the position for Shagari to come. So it wasn't like a smart guy. Obasanjo wasn't like that smart, superior guy. He was just a lucky guy. So if Bokwari had died, right? And fake Pastor Ruga became the president. You remember when fake Pastor Ruga was acting president? You remember? He took some decisions that even the whole country, we no like APC. All of you, we not even bad APC. People started feeling like, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, a Yoruba man who are very smart knows that to make anything in the current Nigeria, you have to be what? You have to be to play the ball. You have to be a fool, and you will be rewarded for it. And that's the role Obasanjo was playing there. So when Oshibajo got the chance, acting president, he was the one who sacked Babashir Lawal. Do you remember that? Bokwari wrote a letter twice to defend Babashir Lawal. Oshibajo that came in just for a few days, he sacked Babashir Lawal, replaced him. Sacked, what's that guy named? That Daura guy, the one that was in charge of DSS before, that untouchable guy that raided the National Assembly, the one that raided the judges' houses at night, in the middle of the night. What's that guy's name again? Maman Daura. No, not Maman Daura. Something Daura, his name. Oshibajo sacked him. So you see those kind of decisions. That was how Obasanjo also. So and when the time came to hand over power, he just handed over power. He just became elder statesman like that. Sure, Obasanjo could have made himself like Gowon, life president. He's the president. But Obasanjo knows say he no get any base. He no get shishi. He no get shengbai. He's just a lucky guy. We did the caucus. We just benefit and help them perfect the agenda, the subjugative agenda of today. Because the future they saw then is the future you are living now. Don't let anybody lie to you that only God know what happened to. No. Don't be so. We know what happened. The future they saw then, the future all of them saw in 1966 when they forced everybody together to form one Nigeria, and then in 1969 when they decide 67 when they decided to go and slaughter 5 million Biafrans. The future they said they were fighting for is now. That's the future of jihadists you have today. Are you with me? So they have the power. Bokwari is the last of them. Like I said, you see all the rest who are currently, jumping up and down today, trying to show us how powerful they are. We'll deal with all of you. Arrest them. Yeah, they can. He will rot in jail. Igbowo, let him disappear now. He will rot in. You see all this all this gra. The fact that the source of where you are getting that money from is about to stop. Let me tell you something, everyone. I am somebody who has a very long memory. Some said if you have a long memory, you are considered a snake and dangerous. Not snake as a rat or anything, but snake with long memory. Or my own memory that is long is not, and that long snaky memory is not that of being what do you call it? Being a snake or whatever you, like I said. It is to keep things there. They say every day, scientists said, every day we forget 80% of whatever we learn every day. So if you have been feeling like you are losing your memory, don't blame yourself, okay? I can't even remember. I forget things these days. Don't blame yourself. Scientists said human being that we will forget 80% of what we see or what we heard every day. Until we see them again, then we'll start registering them. So I have that long memory to keep things. And that kind of make me dangerous to those who think they are smart enough to play on my, yours, and our intelligence all the time, right before our eyes. Sultan Sokoto, you will survive with your 150 million voters. The three Kardashian states, Kaduna, Katsina, Kano, those who always roll out that millions of votes, Sultan, they must also be able to walk. Do you understand? That is how the North will survive. The North contributes absolute zero to Nigeria. The North, under these parasites that loves power than they love their people, these parasites collect whatever Nigeria has to offer. They swindle their own people only for them to still go ahead to start banditry, terrorism, that is now forcing their people to sell their properties just to stay alive. That is the worst heartlessness I have ever seen. And it is coming from these scavengers, these lazy, unproductive coons. Well, sorry, I don't even know. It's coming from them. Leeches, scroungers, scavengers, pickpockets, freeloaders. Because they can't survive. Terrorism can't survive in Nigeria. Bigotry can survive in Nigeria. Impunity can survive in Nigeria. All these vices will never survive in Nigeria if there is no Southern money and resources that is funding them directly and indirectly. So this is the point. The North has the highest population of people in Nigeria. That is a plus, Emir. Maybe now you can all realize that we don't need more local government. We don't need more states. We just need to break up. So that when we now break up, we can then go and decide how we want to survive. Somebody, imagine, somebody who is from Zamfara was on TV and he was talking all these jargons, blah, 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 as usual. And he said, the Southern Nigeria cannot survive without the Northern Nigeria. I was like, waiting these guys, they snuff. That is how much miseducation, misinformation that has misled so many of these guys to turn to fanatics over whatever Nigeria is for them. Those ones who wants to pretend to be smart, they turn to unity beggars. Don't let us, we don't need to break up. We have bet. They are all pretenders because only one thing keeps Nigeria, the Southern resources. And for years, this has made the Northern Nigerian elite, the Northern Nigerian politicians to turn to government contractors, government agents, government middlemen, everything that has to do with government, where they make their billions untraceable, unaccounted for, that they brag about. This money are so much in their hands for years that they never invested them in creating new wealth in Northern Nigeria. But you know what somebody told me? Maiyegun, you be somebody where they pay attention. Where you said, how can you say these guys didn't use the billions they have stolen from Nigeria? They didn't use the money to create something that can create wealth in the North. Look at what they have done. They created banditry. They created terrorists. They created all these people. They give them the cover. Now, terrorism, banditry, and the rest of that, they are now multi-billion dollars in industry in Nigeria. It's a business that now includes the private and the public sector and formal and informal sectors. In Nigeria, it included the pastors, the imam, it included the babalawo, all of them, police. They are now the negotiators in this industry. I was like, okay, but that is not in any way in the interest of the people. People are being killed. It was like, that is the point, Maiyegun. They don't care. Their money is not to make their people better. Well, as much as their people bleed, that's where they make the money. You are worried. You are concerned. But whenever they need the votes, their people will give them that vote. And that is the millions of votes that will shut people like you up, Maiyegun. Every time you think you are smart, you want to explain it. Or you have a solution. You have a way we can fix this. You can't. You don't fix something that is deliberately created to sustain them. Say, okay, fine. It is a big industry in Nigeria today. Terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, Fulani invasion, everything. Now business. Now people they do. When you are doing a movie, when you are watching a movie, they will say, "Cameraman by Maiyegun, microphone by Maiyegun, location manager." There are people who are now working as consultants for these old people, those who do the surveillance, those who do the security surveillance, those who will then bring about the map, those who will bring about the escape route. Abi, you think it's a small job to go into a place and kidnap 200 human beings and march them into the forest? You think, say that one no pass John Wick level? These guys it's a big industry. It requires a lot of planning, tactical and the rest of that. Don't deceive yourself. Don't think this is any other way around it. It is a big industry, multi-billion-dollar industry. That is what they came to do. All the money they stole from government, all the looted money, every penny that goes to northern Nigeria, all the shady businesses, all the shady contracts, all the shady whatever they've signed for them, all the years, those money didn't go into education. Those money didn't go into industries, creating jobs. Those money didn't go into healthcare, bettering the life of the people. The money went into money laundering for terrorism. And the result of that is what it is today. Baba, terrorism in Nigeria. Other people will bring the gun. Other people will bring the vehicle. Well, sorry. They just go in and take the delivery of the gun, because the people who bring in the gun are the military in Nigeria, who ensure that every time they take delivery of new weapon, that is when the Boko Haram guys will come to town. They will take them. Even in Nonso, we just they manufacture cars now in Nigeria. In Nonso Motor signed the contract with Nigeria military to be supplying them custom builds, fighter, armor tank and everything. Oh boy. As if to say, whenever Nigeria took delivery, they would just send them message and say, we just took some delivery today. When are you guys coming for pickup? And they will come for pickup. Boko Haram, they pose with a non-so military truck. They took them. These trucks, so they're like brand new, made by non-so or non-so motor. So everybody get in your own role, just do the job. You know what I mean? It's a racket. It's a big racket, a scheme. And as much as people are being killed, people are paying ransom. They are paying hundreds of millions of ransom to these terrorists every day. Oh boy, terrorists, they collect ransom through bank in this time. And you are there sitting down. Is that so, Maiyegun? It's not so. I'm making it up. Terrorists, they follow people, go bank. Go collect ransom. They cash them, do everything. Everything, okay, yeah, so, okay, fine. They have paid. You can put them on top of a bike and drop them for express. They will give it. Transaction, giddy. And the money is moving in that system. Moving in that system. Where is that money coming from? From southern Nigeria. If you cut it, it may take a while. All of now go just say, oh boy, let's say terrorists on the broke small. And if they don't have enough money to buy weapons, Nigeria is already broke. Nigeria is beyond broke. Nigeria is broken. Before Boko Haram came, Nigeria was finished. After Boko Haram came, it just completely finished Nigeria. That's where you are now. Your Naira is becoming worthless every day. And somebody said, Maiyegun, we are going to exchange a pound sterling for 1,000 Naira before December. I said, can't you people just, even if you now get this thing for mouth, if now mouth to put on, can't you just pity people a bit? Don't always say, well, no be also, Maiyegun. Boko Haram will deal with everybody. You see, those who don't believe in referendum, those who don't believe in the breakup, those who are jumping up and down, say, Maiyegun, no be say we put on for, now so it go be. Say, 1,000 Naira for £1. Zimbabwe, yeah. Zimbabwe, straight. If you want to buy a can of juice, you just have to make sure you buy a poly bag too, because you can't put them in your pocket. Zimbabwe, yeah. Somalia, straight. All of you doing the big boy, you will be so ashamed of what Boko Haram is going to do. To say, now warm up. Say, Maiyegun. You will see it now. Watch. You see, if to say I have started opening our branches everywhere now. For example, if you have seen the Temple of Truth, America branch, and you see Pastor Shinekeme Odogu, as the overseer there. If you see, if we have had our this thing everywhere, you would have been seeing some of my my anointed men of the temple. They will be giving you prediction. They will be telling you prophecy. Some people are saying, Maiyegun, you talk as if to say you are a prophet. You see things. I was like, no, be say they see things like that. No be trans or anything. I just say, you know, you do like this. That say, you see how Sabinus always open his eyes when he wants to be very sure of what he is seeing. It will be like that. Photo. That's what I do. Paying attention to detail. So it's easier. If you pay attention to detail, you can easily tell, how is it going to go? How is it going to end? So easy. Try it. So if to say, I have been like my other people in this in this walk of winning soul, opening minds, and I've opened our branches everywhere, and we have all this. You have all this. Our what do you call it? Our shepherd pastors everywhere, shepherd bread and priest everywhere. They will be telling you what will happen. Because I have people on my platform that when they phone in, you will think they were pastors too. It is not hard to tell. So Emir should not worry. Let Emir know that maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year. Okay? Boko Haram is going to make many, many more people. Sorry, Anna. I don't know what that means, but that's so kind of redeemable. I love that. Thank you. Aren't one Nigerians are pitiful, asking Ndigbo for unity. Are they so afraid of a referendum? Must be really pathetic set of people, unity beggars. You know their names. They are unity beggars. Let's be united. They kill this person. They kill 3 people because they are Biafrans and all of that. I know, but we need ourselves. We need to be together. You and who? Be together with who? Your brother skipper and the rest of that. So unity beggars. Don't be a unity beggar. Be a reasonable person. Ask the right questions, okay? Ask yourselves the right questions. Questions that will make you think, is this even right? Sorry, give me a sec. Is this even right? Then you can logically say, well, I don't think that's right. I don't want to be seen with that. Just get to know what is right from what is wrong. So, emotional blackmail is what they are about to resort to now. I remember when I told some people back then, well, not live like this, I said, there is something that is going to happen in Nigeria. People are going to get tired. Really, they're going to get tired of all this nonsense. And they're not going to listen to all their political leaders, religious leaders, or anybody anymore about whatever thing they should be worried about of the northern Nigeria, what they would do if people say they are done, they are no longer interested. I said that time is going to come. I said when that time comes, the generation will demand for something that has never been demanded for before, in a way that has never been demanded before. Like, let's break up Nigeria. I told somebody that. And he said, but Nigeria cannot break. I said, don't ever say never. I said, the first thing is that people would pretend that it's not happening. Then it will become so obvious that then those who pretended that it is not happening, they will begin to try to convince people not to believe it because they themselves cannot pretend that it is not happening anymore. They will have the job of trying to convince me. No, forget that. That is not, don't believe in that Yoruba nation. Biafra, let's come to, those who pretend that you are asking for Yoruba nation, you are asking for Biafra Republic, who pretended that you are inconsequential, I said the time is going to come that they will begin to try to convince people. And then they will turn out again, they will begin to try to fight people for believing that Nigeria should break. As then I said, then after that, they will give up. Many of them will just have to let the posterity be the judge. And guess what?
Everything that they will fight against, everything they will use propaganda on, every kind of push they are going to try on this whole journey, they are going to give up. Because look at it today. Look around you today. Home and abroad, people are now discussing if Nigeria should break or Nigeria should not break. This usually, back in the days, this is 2021. Just about 2 years before another election. This would have been the time that the people will be talking about who could be the next president of Nigeria and why. Usually, this is the time you'll be hearing a lot about that. Oh, I think I like that guy. But today, those who are looking towards 2023, even they themselves are feeling like, is there going to be 2023, Sha? You know why? Because the Biafrans are asking for referendum. The Yorubas are asking for referendum. The Middle Beltans are now joining the fray. They are asking for referendum. How many others are still going to ask? So 2023 is no longer that big. That is so huge for what we have done in enlightening people on why they should give independence referendum a chance. Because you see, these guys, they are hell-bent in dealing with all of us as if to say we offended them, or maybe our parents offended them, our forefathers offended them. It's like a punishment. That is what Nigeria is. And if somebody says, if they break up, how do you think they will survive? Make everybody go find a way to survive. The worst one is for people to tell you that you don't get choice. Nigeria today is telling us that we don't get choice. We have no choice to defend ourselves. We have no choice to call for help. We have no choice of our own religion. We are under threat every now and then from the terrorists from the Sahel, jihadists that are pretty much like Talibans, terrorists who have pledged their allegiance to ISIS. And you and I know what ISIS are. We have no choice to fight against or defend ourselves against them. Sultan, we are giving you a choice. When we break up, you will survive because you have so many choices. We call them survivor choices or call them survivor instincts. We will no longer be blackmailed. Listen to me. We would no longer be blackmailed to keep one Nigeria where injustice, where restlessness, where inequality reigns. And we have now identified these fault lines. We have now identified the players behind this fault line. And people are saying, put a break on it. Enough. We will no longer have it this way. So whatever game anyone plays, however they play it, however they try to use their propaganda, no matter how long they try to stretch it, trust me, it will end in tears. Sultan, begin to use that same religion to tell people to begin to chase out the criminals who have been representing you for years. Continue to tell you that they are representing the North. They are fighting for the people of the North. Blah, 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 blah. They have exposed the rot. They have exposed the lie. And many of us can no longer be blackmailed in propagating those lies anymore. Sultan, whether now or later, Nigeria is going to break up. You better begin to find a way of survival. You will not be kidnapping your people, collecting ransom to pay terrorists with you, because we would no longer be giving you that much money until we stop every penny that cross our border. Don't worry. I am not trying to, live faster than my time. Trust me, I can feel it. It's a matter of time. TJ, true talk, Baba. It's inevitable. The new nations will come to reality. Those northern states should consider budget constraints if they actually understand what that means. They will survive with what they have when the country break up. I said, if the population they have been bragging about is true, that alone will survive them, as in they will survive. 150 million people in a new country with 150 million cows, with the technology we have today. Oh boy, even the South will be crossing the border to come and buy everything from your side if you do so well. Okay, and that's actually something that the Sultan should remember. It is no longer going to be about the free money. Ayo Ola Ajele. Thank you very much for that. And then I have Smart Fabumi. Thanks so much for that. The message is getting clearer. The Southern political leaders are themselves feeling the heat. That's true. Odudu and Biafra have to go. So we realize, so that we can realize our full God-given potential. Enough of the suffering. Our people deserve better. We do deserve better, I have to say. But we have to, people need to want it. The people needs to know how to want it. And that's what we are doing now. Our people are not stupid. They see all these things every time. But you know one thing, until they are connected, you see the Biafrans, you see how connected they are to the struggle. Yeah? That is what we need in Yoruba land as well. How to make our people interested in changing their own situation. Because if you don't have the people, totally, you have to have the total of them. If you don't have the people, it makes it difficult to move smoothly. And that's what we are doing now. Paving the mind, paving this, the minds of our people into why do we need Biafra? Why do we need to do a republic? When they begin to see why and they are connected to it, the job is half done. I hope that makes any sense to you. And that's what we're doing. We will continue to do. By the way, Lagos State government said the Lagos State lawmakers just last week, they said they were debating the VAT bill. VAT bill, which is just to kind of explain the law the way it should be. To the barbarians who have put together a rigged system that was meant to be on trust. Let me give you this explanation about this VAT of a thing. All right. The VAT, that tax money is for every state that collects it. It's for your state. But because they said if they should do that, the money they are going to make from oil, the money they are going to make from here and there, they are not enough to share, to go around the whole country so that people, the state can pay salary, pay this, pay that. So they now made an agreement with the rich states and the poor states that we want to make this arrangement, we'll collect all the money, we'll put them all together. So the revenue formula, blah, 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 sharing, whatever, they will now use the percentage to share the money so that those who don't really make anything, they can get something from those who make a lot. Just same way they are selling your crude oil and they will take it to Abuja and they will say, well, those who get the oil, give them 13%. Those who don't get the oil, how much is left? So yeah, share the money. So they made that arrangement with all of them in Nigeria. And this wasn't an arrangement made by Bokuwario. It's been there even before Egberejo Lantan come in, I think. So VAT, they put them together on trust. Trust that everybody will go and work better to improve that VAT money. Because if you don't have a safe environment, if your state is volatile, if there's terrorism, if this and that, people will not do any business. There will be no nightlife. There will not be any consumption and what have you. There will be nowhere to make money from. So you cannot be preaching religious extremism, things that get people to say, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Except if they want to come and be contractor to your state government, local government, and the rest of that. So they don't want to really do much there. So how are you going to add to the VAT? So it was on trust too. But over the years, these northern governors, like some of them from the south too, they just, don't kill yourself, oh. The money go come. Now by arrangement, now by law, no, the money must come. That was what left all of them. That's what made all of them to just wait for the money and complain about dwindling, resources and all of that. Now that trust has been broken by Bokuwari. People used to pretend, right, to be politically correct. I'm talking about them, PDP, APC, and the rest of them. They always politicize it until now that they now realize that this VAT money we are giving to these people, we are actually so stupid, though. Like, we are really stupid, though. Northern Nigeria is contributing less than 1 billion. Totally, 1 billion. Southern Nigeria is contributing over 300 billion. But when they share the money, the total money that comes to Southern Nigeria is put somewhere around 60, 70 billion. While almost 200 billion is shared to them in Northern Nigeria. Like, and you have 12 states in Northern Nigeria that practices Sharia. The religious ethic that frown at so many things that has to do with good life. What's good about life? Where you they flex, party? No, what's that? You'll be arrested for that. So how does this work? No, we're not going to do that anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, within a week, Lagos Assembly passed the law. Today, Sanwo-Olu signed it. Somebody said, Maiyegun, you called him Sanwo-Olu tonight. I have to. Because I didn't expect him to actually go that far. People said, are you sure he's going to sign it? He signed it. Let's call him his name. Governor Sanwo-Olu, he signed it today. But something else happened. You remember that it was Wike that got a court injunction. The court said the state should go and collect their money and do whatever they want with the money. If they want to share the money with Abuja, they can give them something. If they don't want to give them any pocket money, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, they don't find another judge for Abuja. That one don't give another judgment to. That one said the status quo must remain. Now, the problem now is people are arguing between themselves now. What is the status quo? The status quo is that make every state they collect their money, or make Abuja continue to collect the money because they are crying to the National Assembly as we speak. May they help them stop the Southern Nigeria from operating the open grazing law. Northern governors and Sultan and Emir, they are all crying to the National Assembly now to help them stop all the Southern states from collecting their own VAT and spending the money because, hey, now hunger, AB, hungry, hunger. Say don't go. No, that one is different. When you get, they say when you are hungry, an hungry man is an angry man. Okay. When I was growing up, I think I've told you that before. When I was growing up, my mom of blessed memory, she would look at me. I don't know how the women I don't know how you women have that gift anyway. My mom will look at me and she will be like, that means she will look at me and she can tell the reason why I'm looking angry for no reason is because I am hungry. Do you understand that now? And at that moment, that's the moment of rage when you are hungry. They say, do not anger me. You know that kind of thing where you say, Baba, waiting now. I say, do not anger me. Do not angry me. I say, Baba, which one be angry you now? Bana anger. They are asking the National Assembly to help them stop the Southern Nigeria from keeping their own VAT. No be juju be that. my money. Imagine somebody going somewhere and say, no let Maiyegun collect any money where then they give him this super chat. No let her collect him. We must share him. People go say, no be juju be that. Some say, Baba, no be juju. Na menta. Na menta. Maiyegun na menta, no be juju. Instead of you to go and make some more money, or cut the one you are paying to bandits and terrorists, channel them into something more productive that will yield more results. I mean, create wealth that people can benefit from. You ran to National Assembly to come and tell us to give you money. We must give you money. Say, waiting now. Why must we give you money? Yeah, somebody said they want to build Naval College. Then get money to build Naval College. That's what we are talking about. You build Naval College inside deserts. Somebody was arguing about it. You don't really have to have a sea. Doesn't matter. You don't have to have there's not a compulsory thing that you must have a sea around the place to build a naval base. See, because Nigeria is a total joke, right? And you see, Nigerians, there are nobody. I don't think there are so many people in this world that lie to themselves more than Nigerians. They lie to themselves. They create their own reality. And they believe in those realities so confidently that when they talk about them, you'll be like, how come you can't get confidence in this? How you get confidence in this foolishness like this? So what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, but I respect your foolishness. So you get confidence. So you they speak nonsense and you still they get confidence. They talk calm. That is what Nigerians are. You probably would never meet anybody, any people, any kind of people in this whole world that lie to themselves more than Nigerians. You have naval base everywhere. So one of them was saying today that if you hear naval, you think everything naval is about sea. Of course, we know everything naval is not sea. The reason why it is pretty much better to put a naval base where you have a sea, and you can then go and have your other branches everywhere where you can call your training units, where people want to go and train on the ground combating, or those who want to go and train on because they fly helicopters now. You won't believe it. Naval officers trained to fly helicopters, trained to shoot guns, like not just stay in the boats to fight pirates. Trust me, they fight real war on the ground now. But yeah, you can do all those there. But where then won't get money to go and build naval base in the deserts? Maybe so then go build. They call it dry ports. Kaduna dry port. Remember? I don't know if people are importing things through Kaduna today. How many of you are importing things through Kaduna? Na juju or na menta? Naval College in the north, where they literally don't have ocean. I've been for sand they won't sail. It is too obvious that they have a game being played. But that game is backfiring as well. It doesn't seem that the game is going well, because every day the game they are playing is making them even more vulnerable. Vulnerable in the sense that they are so scared today that they don't think they will be safer out of power. You know, when you have done so terribly bad that your life has gotten to a stage that what's your life going to be if you no longer have access to power, the protection, the law, everything that comes with it. So that power they had has become a curse now. Just like one of them was, let me check my this thing, one sec. It's, what do you call it? There's this video I picked up earlier. Sorry, I don't know if my video is quite good on there. I keep skipping in a way. Okay, one moment. I picked up this video earlier and I wanted to pair them together. Okay, where somebody was praying for Bokuwari. But before that, you remember when they asked Bokuwari that what his government is doing to increase foreign direct investment in Nigeria because of this unemployment, no job, no that. Sultan of Sokoto. Let me tell him to watch. I want to show him something. Even the smartest person, the smartest person in the entire northern Nigeria, Bokwari, you ask him this question.
Has
Watch.
barely improved, and we're losing foreign direct investment to our neighbors such as Ghana. What can you do to make Nigeria a more competitive and more attractive destination for foreign direct investment?
Well, this question was answered when there was this answer. You remember the young people who wanted to march here and remove me when they were checked that answer. And my answer to that, I got the members of the Executive Council. As you could recall, by the Constitution, there must be a member of Executive Council from each state. That is the Constitution. Every state must be represented. So I got them on a Wednesday, a day like this. I said they should go, each one should go to his state, speak to the governor, speak to the traditional leaders, speak to the business people, and speak to the youth, especially, and tell them that the federal government, no more vacancy, is full. Go to any state governor and ask him now to give you a contract or to give you a job. He will tell you there is no vacancy. The same thing with local government. So you may have a good degree, but you may die without having a job. Why? Because...
Did you see that guy in a blue jacket or blue suit there? The guy was like, are you? Who be this? Muhammad Yusuf or Jibril al-Sudani? He was there, was like, foreign direct investment. People to say Nigeria is good, let us go and invest in Nigeria. That's the question they ask him. And he started talking about answers to remove him. He started talking about, what did they call that one? Elders Council.
And somebody said, make una pray for this.
God will also give us the next president who has good heart, like President Buhari, for the good of this country. We need God's own anointing, our anointed president, for the interests and unity of this country.
That's why some of my friends call him Developmental. But you know the Were-Wike get an answer, but he didn't say the answer directly. But maybe you get what he's saying.
I saw a governor saying that he prays Nigeria against another president like Buhari. I said, come. What has gone wrong with? You mean there shouldn't be psychiatric check on that governor? You see, psychophancy. And he knows that president knows that you are telling lies.
You know what I mean? That even Bokwari knows that Devurumayi is lying. And if you don't think Bokwari knows that they are lying to him, everything they are telling him, all these full governors from the eastern Nigeria, those ones who sacrificed their man Nnamdi Kanu, and they are now sending their full soldiers to go and blackmail IPOB member to go and vote. Terrorists, they vote. Nobody will now call them terrorists. Nobody will now talk, say they must be proscribed. How come now they threaten them now? You know, blackmailing them. You need to vote. If you don't vote, Bokwari is going to give us all of the lies you are telling yourselves. Even Bokwari knows that you are lying. It was in Imo State yesterday where you deliberately, you disgrace the man. Whoever they give this to, somebody that either they didn't pay the guy, or the guy, you know, is just somebody who just never liked Bokwari. Are you with me? So what do you want to tell Bokwari when you go to Abuja next time? Devu Mayi and Co. telling Boko Haram, we love you here. Don't mind IPOB. Nobody listened to them. You took Boko Haram, you took him to Imo to disgrace him. They have been talking about this cloth since yesterday. So many people have released many tracks because of this singular thing. You go shame them inside Imo yesterday, and you are saying you are praying. Even Boko Haram knows that. You know what I mean? That you all of them are mad people. You took him to Imo, where ghost town, where people know they. Boko Haram spent few times there. They see ghosts where they look at him like say, the people where you kill here, we day here, we never go. Our spirit is here, our spirit will kill you until they chase them out of Imo State yesterday. May God give you the president, another president like Boko Haram, whatever that even mean. Another judge don't talk, say, make them no collect any money from any, that state should not collect any money. And that, you see, this is the content I like to subscribe to. I love this kind of content. On Twitter, people will say, I love this violence. That this kind of violence I subscribe to. This is why I sign up. As Wike found his own judge that started this whole revolution, Lagos is now asking and say, we will join you. Benue talk say, go ahead. No cannot keep your money. No, they give them money, then be terrorists. They use the money to pay terrorists. That's why there is no development in northern Nigeria other than terrorism. Okay, if we now continue to give them money, now so then send them to your southern Nigeria. Small time now, una go turn to Borno, una go turn to Benue, una go turn to Zamfara. No give them money again. No give us money. Even me self, no give me money. Benue governor. As they were doing that, your people there, Abuja, they don't find their own judge. Their own judge. They say they are appealing the judge from Port Harcourt that gave Wike the judgment. As what do you call it? As they go to Abuja, another judge don't give the judgment to the status quo remain, and Lagos don't sign the bill. Wike said, "If you provoke me, I'm going to arrest all the FIRS staff in Rivers State. I'm going to take over all your offices. Don't provoke me." Oh. That one is today. That's the kind of goals I love. Make them count. 2023 far. We will start beating ourselves now. Make them start beating themselves now, so that we can know those who will join us by the trenches and all of that. So that's the latest on Divato. Today, Sanwo-Olu signed it into law. Lagos State is the state that contributes 66% of the entire VAT contribution for the entire Nigeria. Lagos State alone has been feeding over 20 states in Nigeria. From the time of Noah, I'm joking, from this democracy started. Now fraud, it has led and kept us underdeveloped. Yes, look at Lagos State, the mega slum that you have today, right? Of course, a country of a state of 20 million, 22 million people, if our resources are left to be utilized for the people of that state, Lagos State could have been one of the best places to go to in Africa. No joke, with the money and resources at their disposal. But most of these resources are stolen, shared, before they even get to any useful stage at all. And by the time they get there, they are not really enough. Rather than make Lagos State the mega city, beautiful city, safest city in the whole of Africa, it has become the mega slum, the worst place to raise a child, the worst place to live in 2021. I'm not joking. Go online and search for it. I'm not making them up. These are the latest on Lagos. And that is because everybody is milking everywhere in Yoruba land, in southern Nigeria. Let's put a stop to it. Let the fight start. My friends on YouTube, my friends on Facebook, thanks so much for joining me tonight. I'm not going to take calls, and I'm going to read your comments, and I'm going to see you some other time. But do me a favor, if you are watching me on YouTube, and if this is your first time, you can give me a thumb up under the video. but especially on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, please do. So we have over 3,000 of us on YouTube as we speak. So we only have 1,000 of us who managed to say, well done, Maiyegun. So if you haven't done that, maybe you should take that minute and give me that thumb up before you go. Under the video, take that to 2,000. Can you do that? 3,000 people, 2,000 should be able to say, I'm going to see that later. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time, for your super chat, super sticker, no phone calls. I'll read your comments, laugh at some, you know what I mean? But it's going to be fun. And it's been fun tonight. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. But remember this, as we speak, effort is going on. A lot is going on. This that you watched tonight is just an update on what is so boiling now. And most of this idea are the ideas of us asking for Yoruba nation. When we ask for Yoruba nation, we're not asking for VAT freedom. We're not asking for the tax this. We're not asking for them to let us spend this damn money. No, we are asking for our country and everything that is in it. Where nobody, no one needs to take us to any court. How we use our resources, how they use their resources. Somebody said, but they will be selling cow for 2 million. I said, Baba, calm down. If they sell cow for 2 million, which state do you think will collect the VAT, the VAT? A person bring cow from Zamfara now, bring her to Lagos, or bring her to Abeokuta, or bring her to Inewi or Onitsha. And he wants to sell the cow for 2 million naira per one. Which state do you think will collect the VAT from that 2 million? Which state do you think they will pay that VAT to? Think about that. I'll see you some other time. Everyone, remember, give me that thumb up there and I will see you again. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba.
We love and cherish. falls through the crucible unscathed.